Hello YouTube. Oh, bloody hell was I bored yesterday. Yeah, I've had this week off work because well, I've just needed to use some days leave up, and I had a plan in mind to go up in the loft and address the situation I've got, because with my constantly growing Transformer collection, obviously because I've only got limited display space on the shelves in this room and my room, when I buy stuff, most of the time, it just goes straight up in the loft, and it's gradually encroaching on my space in the loft, and I had to do something about it. And my RC car collection lives up there as well, and there's a load of other associated junk. And what I was doing was I was keeping all the packaging, all the cardboard boxes that the items got shipped in, and there was a massive great pile of cardboard boxes, so I decided to go up there on Monday and have a big purge. So I got rid of all the cardboard boxes, and there's my RC car collection. Some of them are in large cardboard boxes, and I've been meaning to buy plastic storage crates to put them in. Unfortunately, I couldn't get as many crates as I wanted to get this week. I wanted to buy 20 odd, and I was only able to buy like about 11 of the 28 litre boxes. But anyway, so I didn't get as much done this week as I wanted to do, but hey ho, it's the last day of the month, and it's what do you got this month, wldnas? Yeah, it's bot haul, end of month bot haul. So this is where I show you what I got this month, and I bought quite a lot this month. There was a couple of items that haven't come in yet, haven't arrived just yet. But as we go through, I'll explain stuff. Got a decent haul, couple of third-party figures, RID, Titan's Return, prerequisite KTRTs, that sort of stuff. So let's get on with it. So I've just had me dinner, and I had a I had a bottle of Sidra with it. So I'm a wee bit tipsy because I've got a low tolerance to alcohol, because I don't drink that often, and yeah. We'll see how it goes. So where did this start? I usually order stuff on the 1st of the month, and I ordered a couple of things on the 1st of the month, and another thing on the 2nd of the month. So the first item came in on the 5th of the month, so that was June the 5th, and I got RID Blurr off an eBay seller for $15.99. Because I've been going around the local shops, and I haven't seen this particular wave of RID figures appearing in the local shops, and I was a bit disappointed. So I thought, well, I know this figure's pretty good, and he is half decent. I mean, a lot of these late wave RID figures are kind of cool, kind of decent, and so I wanted to get Blurr, and he's all right. And his alt mode is sort of like I think it looks like a Ferrari Enzo kind of, but that's just me. He's a decent enough figure. I got him for a decent price off an eBay seller, so he arrived on the 5th of the month. And next we move forward to the 8th of June, and I've bought a couple of figures this month, third-party figures that have been kind of popular with Transformers collectors. Since they came out, a lot of people have been snapping them up. And Hot Soldiers HSO3 soundtrack, the little legend. Well, I suppose you could call it a legend or a scout class Soundwave. I decided to get him. Now that I've got this guy, I kind of wish I'd have gone for the Sound Blaster version, the black repaint, but I've got the blue one. There's method to my madness, because I've got a few sort of G1 style Soundwaves in my collection. I recently got a masterpiece. I've got a G1 reissue. I've got the titanium. I've also got that device label Soundwave, which is pretty cool. And this is just another version. It's really decent. It's decent amount of even though it hasn't got any bicep swivels, but no, it's decent. It's got a little laser beak that comes with it as well. Now I noticed Zort Rider's video. He likes to take the piss out of me in his videos. So if you're watching Zort Rider, less of it. Yeah, he got a transparent laser beak with his, and I didn't. Now, oh, the drums fell off. Come on, out you come. There we go. It's got a little teeny tiny laser beak. He got an extra transparent laser beak with his, but I don't know whether that was because he got it from a particular retailer, because sometimes they have special things like that. Where did I get mine from? I got it off eBay, off my mate, off my mate Mr. Netclow. So yeah, got him. He's really, really cool. Decent rendition of the G1 Soundwave. Fantastic little figure, and seems to be very popular with Transformer collectors. So I got him. And then on the same day, my KTRT bot arrived, which I've done a review on. Dire X, and obviously this is 2 figures because you've got another figure here which is Lief. Got this. It's a 2-part combiner. Obviously there's 2 bots in one here because I've got them combined together. This actually forms part of a 4-bot combiner. Next month, as in tomorrow, I'm thinking of ordering the other half of this, which is Patroness or Patroness, which is like a school bus that transforms into a robot. And then you've got Skids, which is a little blue police car thing, which then combines to form the bib on Patron's combined mode. And the 2 combine together to form a humongous great mech. So I think I might get it, because they all have individual robot modes. It's not a copolymer combiner like the other Hello Carbot's bots. He's very big and chunky. Bit limited in articulation, but then again, hey, it's a Korean bot. They do that. Yeah, he's alright. Got him. So it's the first Hello Carbots figure I've bought in a while. So yeah, there was that. And that was on the 8th. Now, I also did an order with TFS Express on the 5th of June, actually. And again, some figures that, well, one figure in particular that seems to be very popular since it came out, because I noticed that it's been selling out. I mean, when Kapow got their order in, it got snapped up like that. And I'd seen a review of this figure. I think it was Pjorg did a review on it, and it was really good. And I went to TFS Express and I saw they had it in stock, but they also had the other 2 figures from the line in stock as well. So I thought, oh no, sod it, I'm going to get the lot. So I bought DX9 War in Pocket Bumper, TX9 War in Pocket Quaker, and the guy I really wanted, DX9 War in Pocket Skyer. Now, this was the guy that I wanted to get a version of because, you know, it's Swoop, it's G1 Swoop, come on, you know, he's a pretty cool figure. And I saw the transformation on this guy in I think it's Pjorg's review, and great little transformation on this dude. Brilliant figure. Nice third-party update of the G1. It's about the same size as the G1, actually, this one. Obviously, I've got the other 2 as well, so I thought, it's G1 Dinobots, you know. I like the G1 Dinobots. I might as well get these like little mini third-party renditions of them. So when the other 2 figures come out, I'll pick them up as and when they get released. But yeah, pick those guys up. So they're really cool. Decent engineering on them. Not the most articulated things. They do. They've got most joints. Obviously, they've got no waist joints on them. Rather unusual transformations on them, which are pretty cool. The way they transform. So that's part of the reason why I got them, because you know Transformers are puzzles, and I really like what I saw when I saw how these guys transform. So that was part of the reason why I got them. So yeah, got the 3 War in Pocket G1 Dinobots that they've released up to now. So yeah, and they arrived on the 8th. Now it was a bit of a gap then until the next figure that came that I ordered. Again, I got this from my mate Mr. Netclow because you know, he seems to get stuff in, and you know, I've bought quite a few bits from him, and you know, he's a very trusted eBay seller. And I got Toyworld TWM03 Coolsville, their masterpiece jazz homage. Now, I've got him in car mode. Now, I saw the pre-production pictures of this guy and I thought, oh man, it nails the G1 aesthetic. I thought it looked amazing. So I wanted to get one above the other third-party offerings. And I'm a bit of a Toyworld fanboy because I've got a lot of Toyworld stuff. So yeah, you know, it made sense for me to get this guy. So yeah, I ordered him from NetCloud. He arrived on the 16th of June. And his car mode's really, really nice. It's the Porsche 935, Martini Porsche 935 from the late 70s. They're like the racing Porsche. A lot of die cast on this guy. He's really heavy. He's got this look. You can't really see it in this video, but he's got a lovely pearlescent paint over it. Die cast. I mean the whole front end's die cast. The rear spoilers die cast. And it's got rubber tyres and pinned wheels, so it rolls really smoothly. It eventually pegs together into car mode nice and solidly, but couple of things with it. When you get it, it's in robot mode, and you know, you take it out of the package, and as soon as I put my hand, and he was mistransformed slightly to get him into the package, and as soon as I put my hand on it and pulled it out, I had this sensation of you know, that just from tactile touch of the toy, I thought, oh, you know, it just had this horrible feel to it, and I thought, oh God, what have I bought? You know, straight away he just felt bad, and the waist wasn't clipped in properly, and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, he does look good in robot mode and alt mode, so maybe not quite as good as he looked in the pre-production pictures, but he does look good. Another thing, you can obviously see he's got sponsor decals on his racing car mode. Now they're obviously, you know, to get over copyright infringement, they've changed the names on some of them. Like it's got Martini Racing, it should say Martini Racing, you know. And then he's got on the back here, you can't really see it, but it says Dunlop. It's got Dunlop with 2 O's, and on the front you've got Bilstein with 2 L's, Bosch with 2 S's. But strangely enough, you've got the shell, you know, wording there and there. So he's got shell on it, and they haven't tried to change it. You know, they should have spelt it with a C, you know, shell with a C. But you know, it's got the proper shell logo on it, and I can't understand that. Now, the one other bad thing about this is the transformation. Like some other Toyworld bots I've got, like this guy, like Evil Star, and the Orionville or Orion mold. This guy has got the transformation from hell. Now you can probably see he is completely compacted into here, and I'm not joking. Toyworld are the masters of compaction. There isn't a wasted spare millimetre inside this car. He is crammed in there, and the front half and the back half, you can sort of figure them out. And me being me, I did my usual thing of transforming it without the use of instructions. I was just doing it, and I'm not joking, it took me as long to transform this guy as it did to transform MP36 from robot to gun mode. It took me way over an hour to transform this guy. And the problem is the waist. The way the waist works on this, it is absolutely horrendous. It is awful. So I've got him in car mode, and he's staying in car mode for a while because I really don't want to mess with this guy anymore. Do I regret buying him? You know, I'm not quite as keen on him as I was when I first placed the order. But, you know, he does look good. But I don't think he's as good as the other third-party, you know, Masterpiece offerings. That's just my opinion, and I haven't tried the others. So, yeah, I got him. And another thing, when you get Toyworld figures now, is they come with these. You get one of these plastic base stacker things that have got all these nubbins on, so you can stack them together to form a backdrop or a space where you want to pose your figures or do them. I don't need this. I didn't ask for it. I got it anyway because it's just the way Toyworld rolls these days. So I'll be taking this along to TF Nation. So if anybody wants one of these, then they're collecting these, let me know and I'll give it to you. Otherwise, I'm probably going to offer it to Ben of Ben's Collectibles if he's there wheeling around in his wheelchair, because I notice he's managed to collect a few of these. So yeah, there is that. So yeah, got one of those, and that, like I said, arrived on the 16th. And also on the 16th, which was a Friday, I dropped the little bits there. Went uptown and Spartown Comics went by the cart, and they happened to have the full, all 4 issues of the comics that I collect. So I managed to get Revolutionaries, Lost Light, Till All Are One, and Optimus Prime. Now, there's some interesting stuff that goes on these. I don't want to go into too many details or give too many spoilers. Revolutionaries number 5. Now, interesting thing about this is you've got the Hearts of Steel Bumblebee makes an appearance in this, and to a lesser extent the Hearts of Steel Optimus Prime. Now, there's an interesting way they get around this, because turns out they're not the real Bumblebee or Optimus Prime. They were like Beast Wars figures that came to Earth, and then they crash landed on the planet, and then Shockwave did something to them, and he put them in. The only way to describe it is like facsimile constructs. If you remember from the G1, they used to have these things called facsimile constructs, which were like fake Transformers, which they could configure to look like any other Transformer, and then they could use them for target practice. So they kind of made these fake Transformers, and they basically Shockwave used them for research on Earth. He basically pitted the Decepticons and the Autobots against each other in this mock war on Earth, which raged through various battles throughout the centuries up until the point where only Bumblebee was left. Well, actually, he's called something else in this comic, but it's interesting how they worked around the old Hearts of Steel lineage. But it's interesting the way they did it. But this comic's ongoing, so it'd be interesting to see where it goes from here. Then we've got the Lost Light number 6. Now, something happens to Megatron. I don't want to drop any spoilers, but yeah, something majorly fundamental happens to Megatron. Let's just say he's going to be out of circulation for a while. That's putting it mildly. Yeah, something happens to Megatron, and he's out of the loop. So yeah, so if you've read this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Till All Are One, you've got this Starscream struggling to hold on to his power on Cybertron. They've just had the crisis of the undead Titans invading Cybertron. That's just been resolved, but there's some fallout from it, and yeah, there's all that political intrigue going on, and Starscream's pulling strings behind the scenes, trying to wheedle out of the situation that he's got himself into. But it's kind of interesting, some of the things that are going on in here. Something's happening between Onslaught and Blastoff, but again, weird shit. I don't want to go into it too much, but there we go. Yeah, so that's ongoing. And then we've got Optimus Prime number 8. Now, Jazz features in this quite heavily. He gets this opportunity to be interviewed by some humans and put across his side of the story, and they're all nicey. They're asking him about his time on Cybertron before the war, and he sort of gives some insight as to his interests in music and what he did before the war, which is quite interesting. And then obviously, the questioning turns a bit more nasty, because obviously Jazz did that thing where he murdered that policeman, and they're sort of trying pressing him for questions on that, and then all of a sudden, he gets the word, get the hell out of there, because the Earth forces are coming in to take him out. But yeah, there's that going on. But the crap that's been going on with Optimus Prime, with the the Junkions coming to Earth, that's sort of been pacified for a time. But it's current events on what's been happening on Earth, because that's what I like about the IDW continuity. You've got Talal R1, which is what's going on in Cybertron. You've got the Lost Light, which is what's going on in deep space, and then you've got Optimus Prime, which is what's going on in Earth. All these three stories are running concurrently and simultaneously in three different locations, and there is a bit of cross pollination between the two, especially after Revolution, because you've got. Certain facets, and that's what they said after Revolution. They're going to be popping in and out of various comic franchises like Mask and G.I. Joe and what was that other one? The Micronauts. So yeah, there's all that going on. Now, got them on the 16th. Next thing, 20th. Again, eBay purchase. I got me Titans Return Kickback. He's a great little figure. Now, there's been a lot of people postulating about, because I bought this from a Chinese seller. Now, there's been a lot of people postulating about the fact that, is this a knockoff or not? Now, obviously, got the package. It's got all the copyright, well, not like the serial number stamps on it and everything. It's got all that. And build quality is not too bad. I mean, the painting's not very good on the face. He's got a very, very small face. Very, very tiny face. One thing I will say about this is the box. I don't know if you can see, but it's got a load of little scratches and marks on the bubble of the box. Don't know whether that means anything. And these are supposed to be made in Vietnam, not China. So, yeah. What's a China seller doing with it? So yeah, I don't know. But I got him eventually. I know he's sort of starting to appear in certain shops in the UK now. But I got him because obviously then I can put him with Bombshell and Scrapnut. So now I've got all the Generations Insecticons, which is pretty cool. He's alright. Pretty cool. It's a shame they didn't keep the same shade of purple between the three different toys, because they've all got a slightly different hue of purple, which is a bit unusual, but hey ho, it's just the way it is, I suppose. So yeah, got him. And the reason I bought him online was because I got him slightly cheaper than what you'd normally pay. I mean, I got him for £8.40, because I mean, he does in the UK, sometimes he retails for over 10 quid, 10, 12 quid. So yeah, got him, and then it's like getting on to the end of the month. Like a couple of days ago, I decided because I've been doing this thing up in the loft and wanting to get hold of more of these 28 litre plastic stacker boxes, I went over to B&M Home Stores in Coventry, and on the estate where the first B&M Home Store is, well, the B&M Home Store that I visited, there, the Smiths Toy Store is on the same retail park. So I went into Smiths and got RID Soundwave. Yep, he was on the shelf. I was quite pleased with that. They had Blurr as well, so even if I hadn't picked up Blurr off eBay earlier in the month, I still would have picked Blurr up at this shop. Really decent figure, amazing light piping. Now they have done another version of this mould, those figures that have that sort of intermediate mode where you stick jam a mini con on top and they sort of spring open to like a weaponised vehicle mode. They're doing a version of that with Soundwave, and it looks amazing, to be honest. It looks better than this, which is saying something. So I might be getting that at some point, but this is a decent version. The episodes I've seen of RID Season 3, Soundwave hasn't appeared as yet. But we know he's coming. We know he's coming because there's stuff going on behind the scenes, because he was trapped in the null void between realities. But he's managed to weasel his way out, and he's collecting up the Decepticon Hunter, weapons for some reason. Don't know why, but yeah, he's there. So I managed to get him. And obviously I got him some Smiths, and they've got the whole the Last Night promotion going on. They had a display of the Last Night toys. They had mostly Wave 1. There was a few Wave 2 figures there, but like, I think they had Drift, but didn't see anything else. But when I bought it, they gave me this little plastic bag, and inside you get a poster, which is basically the same logo that's on the bag. So it's just Bumblebee and Optimus. You also get a bunch of stickers. So you get Barricade, Megatron, Optimus, Bumblebee and Squeaks. And you get a little do not disturb sort of thing to hang on your bedroom door with Squeaks on it. So I've got that for nothing. They just give it me. Otherwise I would have had to pay for a separate carrier bag, as you do in the UK. Pay the old bullshit bag charge. So yeah, got that. And we're pretty much done for this haul now. Just one last thing. Yesterday went uptown and went to Spa-Town Comics again, the little cart in the town centre, and got Lost Light number 7. Now, Lost Light number 6, something happened to Megatron. Lost Light number 7, again, spoilers. I don't want to go into too much detail, but something really bad, and I mean really, really bad, happens to Tailgates. It was like, oh my god, oh, what the fuck? It's a case of how can the same shit happen to the same bot twice in his lifetime? I ain't gonna say any more than that. Some shit happens to fucking Tailgate. It's right at the end of the comic. Yeah. Whoops. Oh dear. Be interesting to see how he gets out of that. But I'm sure he will. It's like I'm sure Megatron will come back from wherever it is he's gone. They'll find a way of getting around it, I'm sure. It's a Lost Light crew after all. I mean, they've got Brainstorm. He's quite brainy. He can do all sorts of weird shit with science. So there you go. And that's my my haul for this month. Now, I did mention at the start of the video, there's a couple of other things I ordered which haven't come in yet. I did place a fairly large order with Kapow on the 5th of June. And I'm not sure which wave it is. I think it's Wave 4 or Wave 5, Voyagers and Deluxes. I've decided for the first time ever I'm going to buy complete wave of figures from an online seller. Usually I you know, with current stuff I wait till it appears in the shops, but because the shops have been so unreliable lately, the ones I go to in my area, they're just the same old shit, you know, stuff you've already got already, or they don't seem to get the latest waves in. So Titans Return, Voyager, Blitzwing and Octane. I've ordered them, and Twin Twist, Misfire and Windblade. So I've got them coming, but they haven't Kapow. I've ordered them from Kapow. They haven't got them yet, so hopefully they'll be cropping up next month. And the other thing I've ordered is a little figure from another eBay seller who I buy from periodically, and his name's Animatropolis. And what he does is he gets these big gift sets, you know, like that come with all these repainted figures in. And at the moment you've got, what is it, Siege on Cybertron and Chaos on Velocitron packs. And he's basically getting those and he's splitting them up and selling the figures individually as loose figures. And I've ordered one of the more interesting, unique moulds from one of those box sets. But again, I was expecting it to arrive today and it didn't. So obviously it'll arrive sometime in the next week or so. But got that on the way and I'm really looking forward to getting that. So that's it. That's my haul for this month. I'm going to try not to edit this video. I think I've done a pretty good job not making too many mistakes. Yeah, it's a decent haul. Wish I could have got the other bits come in, but there we go. There's a couple of things I've seen that I want to pick up. I noticed that Amazon is doing the Last Night Leader Class Megatron for just over 45 quid. Unfortunately, they don't seem to have him in stock at the moment. It's got like a like a delivery time of 1 to 2 months on it. But at that price, I mean, considering some of the retailers are asking like 65 quid for the leader class figures, I think, well, 45 quid. If you've got to wait a couple of weeks for it, then so be it. And they're also doing the Voyager Megs for like 35 quid. So I might be having a go at that. I noticed DX9 have got a pre-order for a transforming robot figure that's from a computer game. It's not nothing to do with Transformers, but it does transform, and it's from a very popular, sort of like first-person shooter competition, first-person shooter computer game. I like the look of it. I'd like to order it, and I'd like to get hold of one before the software publisher sues their asses off, because I think they're not going to take it lying down that they've done a copy of their intellectual property in a plastic form. So yeah, there's that. And also tomorrow, I'm hoping of nipping over to the Comic Connections in Banbury, because they were having some sort of event called Transformers Takeover. Last weekend they had the major event where they had some artists came along, and Sid Beckett of Sino's Kibble, he apparently had a load of his bots for sale down there. But I'm going to nip over there tomorrow to see, because apparently it's an event that's supposed to run for a couple of weeks. So I'm hoping there'll still be something there worth picking up. So I'll pop over there tomorrow and see if I can find something. So yeah, I've got stuff on the cards. Obviously this week I did a couple of chewing the fats. I did my thoughts on the last night movie, which, like I said, I thought it was pretty good. But it seems like it's not done so well in the box office, so this might be the last Transformers movie we get, but who knows. Yeah, so that's been me, TFI Wilderness. That's my end of month bot haul. I will see you all next month, obviously, with another haul, and hopefully I'll be able to put out a couple of reviews next month. So that's it. I will see you all. Ta-da. Goodbye.